So, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good afternoon to all of you. It was 1987, January 14th, I guess. And that time, everyone in the state of Andhra Pradesh are very enthused with the festival of Sankranti. But there is one house somewhere in a city called Srikakulam where everyone in the family was so tensed. And it's a festive mood, but there is nowhere you see on the faces that festive mood in the relatives or the family members. There, in the middle of the family members, lays a small kid. That small kid is affected with jaundice. And it was just 6 months he was born that time, and there was no hospitals open that time. And everyone in the family is worried. What shall we do? We are going to lose our first kid. Their parents are very worried. What should we do? Then there comes a call from Mr. Raja Rao, who is a doctor and a family friend of ours, who tried to see what happened with the kid. And even during that festive time, he came to our home and checked on that guy. And when he saw that kid, he is like bloated and completely in blue. And he was shocked to see that position, and he also lost faith. So then he thought, what should I do to save this kid? Then he went on doing some tests and finally decided that there is one small nerve which needs to be taken from his body in order to save this kid. So that time he searched, he cut 3 different places of the small kid's body, and finally the third cut, he got the nerve and he saved the kid. And from that time onwards, this small child is named after the doctor and is called Raja. That is my pet name, and this is where I am right now in front of you, getting a rebirth. Going forward, that has been the case. I've been like since I'm a kid, where my parents thought that I'm always dead and came back. I've been with a family and relatives, like a small kid who should be taken with utmost care and things like that. And even I was like a naughty frame of mind, and whenever I used to meet my relatives or some guys, they used to get immediate call. Hey, Raja is coming. Make sure you give everything from his reach. Otherwise, it will be dismantled, I'm telling you. These are the guidelines every time I go to my religious place. And this has been the case with me many years going forward also. There was one instance I would like to share with you guys. That was a sunny afternoon on a beach road, and I'm going on a trip to my some resort with my parents and relatives. And I was so annoying that they couldn't resist me. They stopped the jeep, pushed me out of the car, pushed me out of the jeep, and kept going. So I was standing there. I still remember the jeep moving away from me. I don't know what to do. I was completely shocked. My parents are leaving me. I'm just 3 years old, 4 years old. So what shall I do? They're moving. It's 200 meters. They have crossed half kilometer. And I'm still saying, I'm starting to cry. Why did my parents leave me? Then I realized how annoying I was to them. And even then I didn't stop there. And I was like that for a few years. And it went on for some years. After some time, I would say this as my second chapter in life. 9916723506, 903-569-8728, 253-5458. Why am I telling these numbers? Am I crazy? No. Why am I telling these numbers? Because I had this knack of remembering numbers, phone numbers of all my relatives. One fine day, my grandpa tries to search for his telephone directory, and he had an immediate call to make, but he doesn't know what to do, and he didn't find the telephone directory. Then he calls up, Raja, I want to call this guy's number, 272-1477. Okay, thanks. That's how I used to react, and people call me a telephone directory because I had a knack and interest in remembering telephone numbers and people's names. Even now, if you say call up any team member in my team, they will ping me in GTalk and say, Pavan, can you tell me the serial number for image.compiler? I would say CM31024ECI capital E T. That is the serious memory. I remember for last 3 years, I don't know, I don't want to forget it. It's involuntary. That's how I have been throughout my career with the memory I had, and I always like to keep those memories intact. And I don't know where I use that, but I love to have that memory. So after that, slowly I've moved to my 10th standard, and that time I was like any Indian youth, you see, people are so crazy about cricket, whether it is live match or highlights, or whether it is 1983 World Cup. Every ball I used to see, every ball I used to watch, and my mother says, "You have final exams coming up. They are very crucial for your career. Why don't you study?" No, I say, "Mom, please, just 1 hour, please, last hour, till you get study, please. No, you have to go and study. That is it." So that went on like that, and somehow I cracked 10th and moved into a good junior engineering press 1, press 2 college. And there they decided, it's in my hometown, it's just 10 minutes away from my place. But then they decided, this guy will not change. He will not stop watching cricket. Why don't we keep him in a hostel? Even though my place is just 10 minutes away from my house, they kept me in a hostel. And that's when my hostel life started. It's 2 years down the lane, and somehow I cracked the board exams and made it to one of the prestigious colleges in BITS planning. And I'm very, very happy to tell that how enriching it was to be part of BITS planning in those 4 years of my life. I have made very good friends, and I love and cherish those memories in BITS planning. And after that, I was fortunate to be part of Dell for 6 months, and then finally moved into Cypress as an applications engineer. And I would say that when I first joined Cypress, I was very lucky to be a part of a startup team, whereas one of the first members to be a part, wherein we recruited our managers, we recruited our directors, and everyone came after us. So I was so happy. I'm the first member of the team, and I can rule my team, and I've been there in the team for 3 years, and I like my team because it was so enthused and youthful all the time. And you see nowhere in any corporate company, you get a bunch of 20 people under 25, every one of them. So that's what I like from my team. And here I would like to share one of my instances where I had a chance to move to United States, and that was a flight from San Francisco to Hong Kong, and from Hong Kong to Bangalore. So it was 6:30 p.m. Hong Kong time, and I just reached Hong Kong airport with my friend. There's just a 3-minute transit time delay. So transit time, and I decided, why can't I go to Hong Kong and see? Why can't I? Then my friend told, no, I don't want to miss the flight. I'm not coming. No, I want to go. I want to see whether I want to step in Hong Kong and come back. So I researched. I went to the immigration. This guy told, I gave him his passport, my passport, and he says, "Sir, this is the first time you're coming to Hong Kong?" "Yes." "How long are you staying, sir?" 2 hours. "What?" 2 hours? "Yes." "Okay, go. This is the first time." He gave me stamp the pass visa and give. So entered. I went into the tram. It took almost 40 minutes. So it's like 8 o'clock I reached there, and 9:30 is my flight to catch. Okay, I just entered. It was pouring down in Hong Kong in night. I rushed in the rain, walked on the streets, and felt the breath of Hong Kong, and I was so happy that I was in Hong Kong. And within 20 minutes, I decided that I had to catch the next tram to catch my flight back. So I was rushing again in the rain, came back, caught the tram, and finally was there by 9:15 with my friend. I said, "Hi." "Oh, you're back? Come on." Like, oh, that 2 hours session was so enthralling for me, and I liked every bit of it. So by witness, I would say that from the time of my rebirth, which Almighty has given me, I always try to enjoy every moment of my life, and I always wanted to achieve that in whatever I do, give my best. So after all that and standing before you, I would say that this has been a very good journey for me, and I hope to continue like this and scale greater heights. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pavan. That was a very interesting speech, which I guess took us through all the 20 plus years of your life. Since the time you were born to till date Cypress Toastmasters. So we know everything that happened. Very interesting speech, and thank you. The next session for today